All right, welcome back. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, our next game is upon us here. Vici Gaming versus Clutch Gamers here as the round-robin stage continues on. So once again, looking forward to some more fun action here coming at you. Breaky CPK joined by Z-Rock and Vici. This is already going to be their third game today, so they're definitely taking care of business here. They only have one more to play after this, and they currently stand at a 2-3 record, as we were just mentioning right there. So obviously in a spot where well, they would like a win here to have a chance of finishing in the top four. A loss would pretty much guarantee them in the bottom four. On the other side, you got Clutch Gamers. They went 0-4 yesterday, but they are 1-0 today as they beat LFY earlier on in the day. So looking forward to seeing how this one shapes up. Z-Rock, we got a draft.
We do indeed have a draft. And yeah, I mean, they beat LFY in 28 minutes. It was a quick game. So definitely hoping we can see some life out of Clutch here. And this is basically do or die for Vici. As you said, if they do drop this game to the lower bracket, they more than likely go.
So trying not to do that. Nyx Assassin, the first pick actually coming out for Vici. Rubik Sand King response, and Puck is the response by Vici then after that. But yeah, we see a Sand King here. It seems like the nerf to him is maybe deterring some teams to pick him up in this most latest patch right here. I still think he's a relevant hero for sure, but we've seen games where he hasn't even been banned even, let alone picked.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we definitely have. I think part of that's just Night Stalker's been so dominant as a pick that Sand King has kind of fallen away a little bit. That first night where Night Stalker's doing a lot of things and running around killing people, that's a big time for Sand King to start recovering. He does most of his stuff in the first couple minutes and then falls back, pulls, jungles a little bit. And that's a bad timing when Night Stalker's going to run at your face. But they do think a little bit ahead here, ban out the Night Stalker right away. And the nerfs to Sand King got interesting because it hurts a support Sand King jungling because a lot of times they're just hitting a creep and waiting for the caustic to pop. And that's what actually got nerfed, was the pop damage before they die. But 2 patches ago, we got a buff to Sandstorm damage. So even 1 point in Sandstorm now with the super long duration can clear a neutral camp. So yeah, I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. I always like seeing Sand King. It's a very fun, aggressive hero with a lot of escape tools. It's kind of like a Puck.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely controls momentum in games. And, you know, I'm looking at the LFY match that they had earlier. And, again, Broodmother was part of that strategy for Clutch Gamers. And Broodmother definitely did pretty well as well. He went 7-2-10 in that game. Obviously had a great farm. But Armel on Quap went 19-0-11 in that game. He went off, man. That was over on the mainstream over there, so not exactly sure how it all played out, but obviously Armel had a hell of a game there. And so I was wondering, are we going to see the Broodmother or even the Quap ban coming out? But neither one. It's instead going to be the TA actually happening here. Yeah,
the Brood thing is just such a situational pick. If you can't absolutely smash a tri-lane with it, probably not worth the pick right now. The Quap, on the other hand, is totally a viable threat and a matchup we've seen against Puck a lot through the ages. It is a super close matchup, heavily skill-reliant. I've been so waiting to see one of these. We got a Ricky pickup from Clutch here.
And that also means it's going to be a Sand King offlane, though.
Yeah, that was going to be my next follow-up. So here's what I've seen out of this, though. You can run Sand King offlane for a few levels, and then you either go smoke and get a kill with him, or you let him fall back to the jungle. And then Ricky's going to hit this dead point at like 4 or 5 minutes. Everyone gets their first item or two, and then an itemless Ricky doesn't do enough damage to actually kill anything. And so then you just give him Sand King's offlane for a little while. I absolutely love when your roaming 4 can just get a little extra XP in the offlane. I think it pairs super well with the Sand King here. The big thing for them, though, is they're going to be wanting to look for a lot of damage in their next 2 picks. Sand King, we've seen, falls totally flat. Epicenter does very little at the late game. Rubik, not a high damage hero. Neither is the Ricky. So out of Clutch here, I'm expecting like something like maybe a Shadow Fiend in the mid lane. Queen of Pain would work if they want to go some type of hyper carry as their last pick. But yeah, their mid laner's got to be some high damage nuke based hero. I don't want to see something like a Death Prophet.
Sven coming out in response for Vici Gaming so far, so they got the carry, but whenever you see a Sven, you always have to think about the kite potential on the other side, and they already got a fair amount of it on Clutch Gamer. Now, BKB, yes, will be, as always, a great tool for Sven to have, but you know that is at the same time going to be that concern. Now, Puck and Nyx are good at keeping people in play, so maybe that's kind of the ultimate idea coming out of this for Vici.
Coil plus Sven is nuts. If the Coil hits a couple people, they can just melt to the Sven. And a lot of this is going to be on the Ricky. Once Sven gets to those items he needs, his Mom, his Blink, his BKB, if Ricky can just suicide auto attack the Sven after God Strength and BKB are popped, but before the blink in, could totally just disrupt the game. I mean, you waste so much of the BKB if Sven has to waddle into the team fight. But there's also Warcry. Warcry is a huge X factor not enough people pay attention to. It's going to really change what Clutch is going to look to pick here.
It's what, 20 armor at level 4? Yeah, 20 bonus armor that's provided on a 16-second cooldown with an 8-second duration. So that's pretty damn good. You are right. That's one that maybe people do overlook. You think Sven, you think just hard hitter, if anything, but he does bring the defensive mechanism as well.
That is a sweet counter pick. Bloodseeker has a ton of magical damage at his disposal, well, pure damage at his disposal between Bloodright and Rupture. Rupturing a Sven makes it so he doesn't want to go chase people with that God Strength on and hit stuff. It just hurts a lot.
10 seconds
and
remaining.
Definitely a tempo hero that can just get out of control if he gets ahead.
5 seconds remaining.
Yeah, you got to think that most certainly is a response to the Sven right here. And this Clutch Gamers lineup is going to be all about the hunt. I mean, Ricky, Bloodseeker, Sand King, all great for that. Rubik, obviously, can assist plenty as well. So now Vici Gaming, what direction do they go? They already kind of got their mid and their one position, you figure. And again, Puck could end up in the off lane, but it almost seems like that they're saving for, an off lane and a support here. And they're going to go Witch Doctor support
Dire team back.
so far. But I was almost thinking maybe more of a defensive support, honestly.
Yeah, definitely an interesting pickup here from Vici. I wouldn't have expected the Witch Doctor. It just seems like it is in the position to get punished all game. If he gets lifted by Rubik, he dies. If he gets Burrow Struck, he dies. There's not really some hero he's directly hard countering here. It's not like a Wisp where you just cast the Wisp on the relocate. Definitely surprised. I mean, I could have seen maybe a Disruptor would have looked really good here, but not sure where Vici's going with this.
Well, they want to be aggressive themselves is pretty much is my guess. That's why you pick up a Witch Doctor too, I feel like. And again, already with the Nyx and a Puck, I mean, it kind of makes sense. But, yeah, was that the right direction? It's like, are you going to be able to out-aggress? That doesn't even make sense. Play more aggressive than the other side.
Out aggro.
Out aggro. There you go. I was trying to mix words there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking Invoker for Vici could be a solid final pick here, especially with the Nyx synergy.
And then you'd off-lane the Puck and four-roll the Nyx.
Yeah.
Yeah, it seems like an option.
5
I almost
seconds
wonder if they're
remaining.
not looking to run the Nyx off and get more of a, a defensive support. Because right now a lot of Clutch is fairly all-in. Something like a Dazzle could give them a nice way to mitigate some of the Rupture or the all-in potential of a Lift or a Burrow Strike. They do have a lot of options, though. You can run the Nyx as offlane. You can run the Puck as offlane. You can support Puck. That's apparently a thing now.
I don't know if I go that far, but
yeah,
in the hands of Crit it is, yes.
Radiant
Okay, they banned the Quap. That's definitely, as I just mentioned, Armel's coming off that very, very good game with the Quap. So,
and the Quap ban indicates that they think this is going to be a carry Bloodseeker, not a mid Bloodseeker.
True. Which
is a bit odd to me. I think if you're running Bloodseeker as your one position here, you seem really all in on winning before BKBs come out.
5 seconds remaining.
That would be very odd to me. I want to see an actual carry come out of Clutch, something that could eventually buy a Diffusal. Juggernaut looks really bad here until he gets all the way to Diffusal Manta Blink, but after he gets there, it looks really good. You could maybe go like a Slark.
Dire team pick.
They go Bounty Hunter. So again, it is actually a support, but it's not the defensive support. They're just going to keep the aggression going with the Bounty Hunter. Bounty Hunter versus Ricky. Not often we get that matchup.
Bounty's weird because I wouldn't call him an aggressive support. I'd call him a defensive support without saving tools. Like you use a Bounty well, like Pylite Eye does. He's probably the most notable player at this, where he runs around and just controls vision. If he's having a good game, there's just never a ward up on the map for Clutch. The entire map is warded for Vici, and it just lets you play so defensively.
Oof.
It will be carry Bloodseeker and mid Viper. So clutch on the tempo game here for sure. If they lose lanes, they're going to be in a bad spot that's hard to recover from. But it's pretty hard to lose lanes with a Viper Bloodseeker.
I was just going to mention that too. I mean, those are two of the stronger lane-winning heroes in the game. So it feels like that it's setting up to ultimately be a great game. And especially with that Viper pick, I mean, you already talked about the Rupture presence to Kite in general against Sven. They just added a whole another level to that with the Viper as well. So this Sven is actually going to have trouble sticking on targets this game. At least that's the idea.
That is the concept for sure. And this kind of reminds me of the game yesterday where they kept it even for about 30 minutes. BKBs came out and then they just lost. I don't think it will be that extensive, but to me, like, Puck hitting level 25 is kind of the death knell for Clutch here. Once that GPM talent rolls in and they get a second damage dealer in the form of Puck, like the 2 spikes he has when he hits level 12 with Veil Blink and then that level 25 with Dagon 5 and everything, that's going to be the points that Clutch struggles to handle, because then they have 2 targets that they have to focus down, not just Sven.
Yeah.
But there will be a nice little trough at probably the 25 to 30 minute mark, where if they're not in a bad spot, it's just going to be hard for Vici to do enough damage to kill anybody. If you get the Rupture off on Sven and then you Smoke Cloud him, or you just Viper Strike him, they have a lot of control, and that really is Vici's primary source of damage.
Oh, Vici has a team. All 5 of them just run to the tier 2 tower middle lane and then smoke up together right here. So we'll see where they are able to go with this, and seems like they're going to be heading towards the top direction, but as we see for CG, they only have Bloodseeker up here. Currently, as Fly Solo will need to be careful. He could be the target that could get caught with this.
Yeah, getting the Bloodseeker would be absolutely great. And depending on which direction they go, if you're VG, you can go up there and get the ward right on top of the bounty and just look at how they're positioning. But they want to go really aggressive. They're going to run up into the shrine area.
Fly Solo, he kind of just backs off, almost as if he suspected something. Figures it's safer not to run through the jungle, which obviously that's a correct call. Bounty Hunter scouting out with that Shadow Walk of his, so of course he can be in the front lines, get that information for the team. Dust,
30 seconds
smoke even is going to wear off, and they are going to find Fly Solo. Now, can they make a play out of this? Yes, they can. Stormhammer comes out, and Rubik, he's dead. First blood goes for FY there on the Bounty Hunter.
Interesting. I mean, it's nice to get the first blood for sure, and it's just, I'm surprised they didn't give it over to Sven. He wasn't going anywhere on the Rubik, but we'll secure 2 bounty runes. They do seed the bottom bounty rune away, so just a 2 for 2 there, but they will get first blood. And look at where their ward is on the side of Vici. I'm not sure if he misclicked it when he dropped it there, or if that was what his intention was. It doesn't look... Oh, it does block the camp.
It does,
okay.
yeah. It's like
on the
barely on the corner. So they do actually block that right there. Obviously, the vision is really lacking from it, but ultimate goal is to block that camp in.
And it'll be missed by the most common D ward, which is like the bottom left side of that camp.
Mm-hmm. You see Sentry Ward already preemptively placed here in the middle lane. Sentries are going to be popular this game, that and Dust, as far as the Invis presence.
And it's so close to Clutch Gamer's Obs board, but it doesn't quite make it.
Oh, yeah, I didn't even see that over there. Okay, and they actually counter it anyway, so...
Yeah, they traded the wards off there. Both of them Tango ate the ward roughly the same time. This means they should be right-clicking each other a ton. Double regen from Tango means you can trade a lot.
And now Bounty Hunter rotates to the middle lane himself. Now, Bounty Hunter actually has Dust on him. So keep that in mind, especially if you're this Ricky. Kind of sit on one another. Again, neither one has a Sentry currently, so it's like they have an idea that they're here, but okay, they're going to go on a Viper. Now Ricky pops out, and he has that Dust, but not really enough to be making a move just yet.
Yeah. No, they were trying to push the advantage because Puck hit level 2 before Viper, but in reality, with where the lane was, they just didn't have enough room to commit on it. Use the Orb of Venom, use the Puck's movement.
Is Rappy dead? Stormhammer? Yeah, he is. Sven just runs him down. He ate the mango right there, and Stormhammer is enough.
Mangoes are a great item. I love mangoes.
On heroes like Sven, it's perfect.
Dire's courier has been
Big
killed.
chunk of mana. Ooh, that's a Dire Courier kill, so let the games begin.
FY God.
Yep, Bounty Hunter snipes it. And something tells me that's not going to be our last one.
And this spot feels pretty bad for Ricky. You missed the courier at level 1, which is going to happen most games. That's fine. But you can't even pressure the mid lane because right now they don't know where Bounty is or if he's sitting there. And without being able to do that, you're not a great laning support. sitting up top isn't going to do too much for you. He's going to struggle to find some traction here in this early game.
Something we really didn't touch too much on yet, but what about this decision to actually, one, go aggressively for VG, and yeah, obviously they sent Sand King to the top lane as a result of this. As pulled out thought because Sand King could be in some trouble. Gets the Sandstorm up, but with the dust out, it really doesn't matter. He has to still run, and there's no way he's getting away. The Maledictus actually takes him down in Boombox. He also got caught by the dust off to the side. He's going to be fine in the end. It's going to wear off here, but that was a little scary for him as well. But yeah, the aggressive lane is obviously working out already for Vici Gaming.
Yeah, it really is. They're just punishing the Sand King so hard. Sand King took Sandstorm at level 1 to try to, I believe, disjoin a Stormbolt at the time. But after that, he just has so little laning presence. And then their aggro dual lane bottom is somehow under a ton of pressure from Yang. Like, Yang's got this Bloodseeker insanely low, and he's still getting XP. I mean, this looks rough for the way Clutch has it set up. That's a disaster.
Yeah. So you think, again, both, we stressed at the end of the lane, it's like, yeah, you got two of the stronger, laning heroes, Bloodseeker and Viper, but they're locking down Viper clearly in that middle lane. Bounty Hunter, that's kind of his job here this game, that and kill couriers. And then, as you just mentioned with the bottom lane, Bloodseeker's, he's doing good with CS, but Yang's also doing pretty well, at least getting levels, and they're in fact going to go for a turn kill right here. Maledictus comes out. Oh, that cask is going to do a lot of work and eventually stops. Only level 1, of course. Despite Carapace will save Yang, maybe set up a turn kill. Gabby, no, he's going to live for now. The Maledictus is still on, though. And in comes the auto attack from Bounty, and he finishes the job on a Bloodseeker. So far, the trade is better for Vici Gaming. And Amy's going to live with a Voodoo Restoration pop right there. He just got level 3, and he levels it up as a result. And that'll barely keep him alive. He just ran out of mana, but he's going to stay alive. Dust comes out as well. Rubik is going to be run down. Impale will connect on a Ricky. Are they going to really get 2 kills out of this? Boombox goes down. And Rubik, 1 auto attack. He goes down 2. Dominating indeed for Vici Gaming.
Yeah, this aggro lane is an utter failure at this point. You need to just go back. Yeah, Gabby goes back top. And when you pick this Viper Bloodseeker, if you ran the Bloodseeker safe lane, that opens up your Rubik to roam middle and help the puck out, or help gank the puck. And just a disaster. The Witch Doctor's casks have totally destroyed this aggro dual lane. And Armel's in trouble again.
Rubik, can he maybe save him here? Phase shift. Illusory Orb away. Armel's actually turning onto the Witch Doctor, and now FY's in trouble too. So this is going to be a nice turn here for Clutch. Ends up being a couple of kills for the team. That's a bounty
Solo's
stop.
level 2 Fade Bolt just did so much work in that. By reducing all their damage by that 25, they couldn't even bring down Armel. If that didn't come out, Armel dies there and nothing good comes. So very, very nice from Fly Solo and being there at the right time, hitting everyone with that Fade Bolt.
So the signs of life for Clutch Gamers, but you still have that Sven free farming essentially at the top lane, it feels like, and this Nyx, especially now with the swap going on, he's going to start picking up some room. Boombox going in with the Blink Strike right there, but that was a last hit attempt or what. Having fun with that. How's Puck doing here in this middle matchup? And even Puck is, yeah, CS-wise, he's basically tied right now with the Viper at 27-13 versus 27-15. They're very close. Comes the last hit and denies. Top lane, Gabby goes down, though. The lockdown is clearly an issue. Didn't catch it on camera, but you can pretty much figure out how that happened. Stormhammer and Cask, strong abilities.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
Once
Radiant's
again.
top tower is under
Yeah, so if you're Clutch, you just got to find a way to get to your levels without hemorrhaging much more than you already have. You need to get level 6 up on Bloodseeker. You need to get your Sand King to have enough levels to have an effective Burrow Strike, at least level 5. And then try to group and make something happen. Like right now, FY is just running over you.
And this is without the track. Obviously, he's well on his way to getting it at very good timing. Already with the Arcane Boots as well. That's one of the things with a Bounty Hunter. There's sometimes we see a Bounty Hunter, and he's like level 2 at a point like this. Not getting anything done, and he really falls behind. But the fact he's going to have that track online here sooner than later. He's trying to make a play on Armel, but TP's coming in, and there's a Shrine. So, that was a plan to use it most likely anyways, but it is used, and Armel will be fine. But point is, this Bounty Hunter is doing a lot of work.
He really is, and picking Bounty Hunter into Ricky, it ends up being a total contest of who can put more pressure on the lanes. And FY was basically the first one to connect with the gank and has snowballed that way ahead since. It's just been total opposites of what each of these supports are supposed to do.
Ricky Rubik, they find Sven right here. Fade Bolt comes out. He pops that war cry. It's only level 1 right now, but still that move speed is pretty nice for him. Cloud goes down. Turns around with the Storm Hammer as he gets out there, going for the TP, and it is going to barely be enough. One more set of auto attacks, and he's probably dead, and Bounty Hunter also gets away. Oh my god, he does, and down goes Rubik. As a result, too, with the Nyx coming in. Holy crap, TP is such value this game.
Yeah, early game TPs, they get off so often like that. One auto away is the difference. And, yeah, Vici again, no real losses there, and now they're going to pick up Gabby.
Oh no, Bloodseekers, this is third death.
Ooh,
Looks like it, unless his TP is enough. Is it Maledict? It is enough.
It's only level 2.
Gets back. Okay, well, yeah, again, TP, it's, you want to spend that 50 gold. It's very valuable this game.
Man, what a game. In reality, Vici coming out way ahead in the laning phase in a game they really shouldn't have had any business being ahead, and now they just have to relax and, I mean, go back to playing real Dota. The lanes got really chaotic, but you already got the top tower, which is great. Now you just fall back, let your Sven jungle up, and kind of get to his 3-item core. 1 damage item, Blink, and BKB, and then you look to go again.
That's exact.
You see Puck, Haste Room bottled up currently at the bottom lane. What does Puck go this game? He doesn't have anything queued up. I mean, obviously he has a double no talisman. A Veil could be very possible. Not guaranteed. It's okay, there you go. He right-clicks it there, so.
The only... I like Veil just because of what I said. Hold on. Is Puck going to die here? No. FY's got this.
Waiting Rift. I mean, Bounty Hunter is nearby as well, worst case. And you see Ricky, that level 1 smoke screen. How long does it last for? 6 seconds.
There is Epicenter up on Sand King. That's the only reason I was wondering if there was kill potential. Just burrow Epi into a smoke cloud would be close to killing Puck, but the haste rune would ruin everything.
Oh, yeah, no, he would just run out of that then. Yeah, there's no chance. Just instead kind of sitting on top and leeching experience, I guess, but or he's having free reign over there, despite 2 heroes being nearby.
Yang is hunting right now.
Yep.
Just sitting on Gabby in the jungle, waiting for him to Blood Rage himself. And unfortunately, Gabby never did do that, so no kill potential there yet. But getting great vision on where CG's trying to move.
Now you see Gabby pushing out the lane now, but with Nyx and the Bounty Hunter, the Courier, it's dead. Runs right back into it. There's no items on it now. Almost like they're trying to bait this out. They turn the Rupture, goes on to FY. He doesn't have a TP on him, so probably dead here. Yeah, this time.
No teleport scroll. Disaster.
Nope.
All right, so real quick while we get some time, I think Puck Veil is fine in this game. It doesn't amplify that much damage on the side of Vici, but as I said, Vici's goal is to smooth it out and make it so for the longest period of time they have 2 damage dealers on this team, and that it's not just Sven. The Veil does definitely make Puck a kill threat for everybody except Viper at this point. So I like the pickup for that case. It just fits to their game plan a lot better.
Level 3 Maledict put on a Ricky right there, but not enough damage follow-up, so he'll be fine. But yeah, this Witch Doctor really continuing the aggressive route. Witch Doctor definitely a hero that potentially could build different ways. But the Maledict maxing out is the way Amy likes it. Wants to work out the aggressive nature.
It's definitely the most viable way to play him right now, to actually get some real effectiveness out of him in the early game. It hasn't been max cask first in a long time, and max voodoo has kind of fallen by the wayside as grouping really early in Dota has just been de-incentivized so much. Disincentivized? Disincentivized.
I think that works. Witch Doctor. Burrow Strike is ready. Can he really keep him close enough, though? Smokescreen was available, but chose not to use it. Dust comes out now, and Ricky's in trouble. There is a Death Ward. No, he doesn't have enough mana for it, but it's probably not necessary. And guess what? That was the first track kill. On top of that, FY is level 6, so even more bounty.
And thus it begins to get grossly out of hand. If this aggression keeps up and they even just trade kills, you're going to start pulling way ahead with the track gold and could spiral into an unsustainable situation here.
Forces Sand King to play very defensive right there as he Burrow strikes away, but that's just kind of showing you how scary already this Bounty Hunter is once again. Sven, he has the Mask of Madness finished. It's a nice stack here ready for him to do. In fact, they're going to stack it one more time. And probably do those Ancients over there, but Puck, he went that Veil as mentioned. The Blink's already queued up. How's the Blink on Sand King looking? He has 1,400 gold, actually. I mean, he went the Tranquil first, and his timing's not going to be horrible here, but oh, he's in trouble. Tranquil, it's a death.
Man, that damage is so filthy. The Veil just got picked up. Shuriken is already 375 damage, a lot more than you'd kind of expect.
And they catch Gabby. He got the double damage room, but obviously he came at a massive cost. And the track is up again, this time on Ricky. That Shoryuken doing a lot of damage. Not enough for the kill, but momentum is just 100% favoring Vici Gaming. They have a 6,000 net worth lead at 12.5 minutes. So
Sven has Blink Mask of Madness. I mean, this is just insane.
So much for that potential momentum that Clutch Gamers was looking for in the laning phase.
Their laning configuration is so awkward.
And now Witch Doctor going to be stunned out, kind of baiting out the initiation initially. Impale's going to miss, though. Now you're forced to play defensively. Sven, Rupture is on him. He's kind of just standing here. He pops a Stormhammer, though. Warcry also used, and they do kill Sand King as a result. So even with the Rupture, he's still able to be useful. Out comes the Viper strike, though, from Viper. But Sven's going to be stopped with the TP. Now he's forced to fight this. He's going to try to run, but it's not going to happen. He will go down, and look at that track going up on multiple heroes, meanwhile. But they do kill Sven.
Track used to be kind of hard to see, and then Bounty got that Immortal, and now it's just giant gaudiness. But yeah, the steal from Rubik was the only reason that TP out didn't work from Sven. Did steal the Stormhammer, chucked it right back in his face when he tried to TP. So at least they get something out of it, and it is the big kill to get right now. Top net worth on the team.
Yeah, level 1 Stormhammer only, but still, it's a flat duration at all levels, so in 2 seconds. Fly Solo can make more use of that for a bit longer here if he wants to. Bloodseeker, what progress is he making? Okay, he's going to have drums here soon, and then he's going to be building into a Sage full on Heaven's Halberd.
I mean, Halberd's so good against Sven, but by that point he might have BKB done. Oh no, he can't flip because of the illusion. No.
Wait, what was that?
The Ricky got caught right next to one of his illusions with a paralyzing cask. So it was just going back and forth. Ricky was trying to ult the whole time, but never did have any time.
That's why he's stunned.
He was dead either way, but yeah, he was stunned forever.
Was that
go ahead.
Well, that was another courier kill, right? Yeah, and that was a Sage's. That was Gabby's. I want to say drums finished. Yeah. So I have to wait.
No, because he has his full components in his backpack.
Rubik. Oh, he puts the Stormhammer out. Sven was going pretty deep for this. Out comes that ulti activated by Ricky now in the midst of this. Elf gets out, though, with the TP. Again, the value continues. The track goes up on a Ricky, though, and Ricky's dropping. Nice job with the Magic Wand, however. Keeps him alive a little bit longer, but this time he does not have tricks of the trade, and he will end up falling. Bloodright activated by Bloodseeker. However, the Spike Carapace stuns him. Nice 3-man Burl Strike, but Sand King no epicenter follow-up, and Bloodseeker will fall now. Viper, he's trying to help clean up in this. Amy, that heal's doing work, but not enough. Eventually the poison ticks in, and he goes down. Armel's on a killing streak, but Ori also feeling good with the kills as he takes out Rappy on the Sand King off to the side. And FY still trying to make a play on Armel here, but a little too deep.
Yeah, he was hoping Yang could come up and assist.
Get middle tower, though. And Ori, 7,000 net worth on him now. The Blink being delivered, so now he even has that. And he's level 12, by the way, as well. So, oh, okay, it's okay. He didn't put the second point in the Dreamcoil, but level 12. A lot of progress. Bloodright, ooh, nice Blink. Well, what are the answers for Clutch? I mean, this Viper has a Yasha. Viper is second in net worth, and he's continuing to do that. Obviously, the Midas is somewhat paying off here. He has the Yasha now. The full-on Manta style is coming. Is there an item on Viper that's the giving Clutch a chance item? Z-Rock? Are you just putting that much thought into it, or did I lose you? I think I might have lost Z-Rock. Well, while he thinks about that one, we're going to watch Witch Doctor in some trouble right here. That's a Rupture coming out. This is pretty deep, though. They're committing to this. Bloodright even used, but that cask is bouncing around now and setting up for a turn chance. Witch Doctor is actually surviving throughout all this, too. The heal is kicking in. Finally goes down. The Death Ward was activated the last second, not doing much, though. But they do lose Bounty Hunter on top of that. Now Sven, as expected, having trouble with the kite, but he does chase down Sand King and gets the kill. But now Sven's going to fall in return, as Armel's able to kind of stand there and be that right click that Viper can be. So this is working out pretty well for Clutch Gamers, actually, when you factor in what they lost and killing the Sven. In fact, 3 for 2 in their favor.
Radiant's middle tower
So
is under
maybe
attack.
Viper is going to be more of an
Radiant's
issue than
structures are
giving
fortified.
credit for this game, especially with the start that he has. And he is now tied in net worth right here with the Sven. So yeah, I don't know. Z-Rock, he's not responding here. He might have DC'd in full. Do the solo cast for the time being even. Is this still that Stormhammer from earlier? No, he stole it again, it looks like. Did fly solo, so going to continue to use that to his favor. That Blink Dagger on Sand King, 2,000 gold saved up. So especially after that fight, that's going to be an opening now for Clutch. Now, you do look at the overall net worth, and now, to be fair, a lot of that is coming from the track of Bounty Hunter, and you see as a team looking good. But again, the top farmer is actually the Viper. At
Somebody
this point
saying
here.
opening for Clutch?
An opening for Clutch, yes. Welcome back.
What do we have? What I missed?
Oh, so yeah, you did DC that right there. They won a pretty big fight, actually. They were diving the Witch Doctor. It looked like Witch Doctor, they used hammers and everything. They were going pretty deep. I thought it was going to be bad for them, but they ended up killing the Sven throughout, too. They kited him pretty well, and it was like a 3-for-2 fight in their favor. And Viper's top net worth right now in this game, so.
That's some small signs of life there. Although, Rappy getting picked off with a track, not where you want to be.
Nope, not at all. A BKB on Sven, though, is going to be a very valuable key here.
And mech done on Bounty now as well. That'll mitigate so much of the epicenter damage.
So Sven finishing off some Ancients here. Needs a little more creeps before has that in full. Yang with that Blink Dagger to go with the Hand of Midas. Yeah, Yang's kind of quietly been having a very successful game, too, on the Nyx Assassin. Obviously, Vendetta is always going to be scary, and even though he has a Bounty Hunter teammate, he's still able to... I mean, you look at all the sentries on the map, especially from the Radiant side, coming out. Very defensive sentries, but that's a, this is a game where that's going to be happening. In fact, an Eye is probably, or a Gem more so, is going to be very valuable this game.
Yeah, I have to imagine Witch Doctor might be buying one here for Puck sometime shortly. Maybe about the time he gets his Lincolns done.
There's that Nyx again.
No, yeah, Nyx got the kill. No track, at least. That's something. They just found Boombox under a sentry. Stunned him up.
Oh, boy.
Another courier.
That's what, the fourth? Is that courier count number 4, I want to say? He's killed, so maybe it just continues. Uh-oh, Ori's in trouble. Nice job with the phase shift, though. Running the Pearl Strike. Timing, he gets out, but he does have the hemorrhage on him, so he is actually just going to stand there and says, screw it. You got me.
He did indeed get ruptured.
Well, so another at least successful kill for Clutch Gamers. Morbin opening, Bloodseeker, the Heaven's Halberd.
Yeah,
almost finished.
No, that was just unfortunate. The Puck actually had his blink up. Could have tried blink TPing there. Went almost for the man mode play. The amount of damage he put out there was insane, but he jumped from the orb basically to the very edge of the blood rate. Got clipped by that silence, and that was the death knell there. So big find. I mean, that's something for Clutch.
Well, so the question I was posing earlier when you happened to DC right there, though, was Viper, you know, what item, is there an item that maybe we could see on him that could be the answer for Clutch Gamers in this game right now? And he actually buys a BKB here himself that's finishing full now.
I saw a game like 2 years ago where Viper went Mom Maelstrom. It did a lot of damage, but he just died a lot.
Bloodseeker's going to die a lot right here. Jeez, exploded. They find him as a team.
I mean, this is one of those games where everything just feels like it's going right for Vici. They're just running around the map. Every time they group and run around, they're finding somebody, getting a track kill, and then turning it into an objective. It's, I mean, it's an 11k net worth lead 21 minutes into the game already.
Did I say hemorrhage?
Multiple times, like 4.
God damn.
That's why I awkwardly paused after I said rupture.
All right, it's getting late to the night. I'm starting to go back to my old ways. That is not Blood Hunter, that's Bloodseeker. Okay.
Indeed it is. And yeah, that's the big issue for Clutch here. Even if you can manage to find a few decent pickoffs and kind of put yourself back on even footing, your lineup doesn't scream scalability. You've got a Viper and a carry Bloodseeker. Maybe if this Ricky was having like a tear, or if he gets a kill on Sven or something. But until he gets to a defusal or could offer some actual kill threat of his own, their late game potential just looks super rough.
I love this sentry ward right here. In fact, it actually does catch the bounty hunter there. The creepy with aggro Sam, so he's like, oh crap. Well, at least he knows, I guess, but kind of shows you the spot that Clutch Gamers is in, especially that they're putting these very defensive sentry wards down to try to prevent bounty hunter from getting free courier kills.
Those are the kind of sentries when you're playing Ricky or bounty, you're just like, all right, fine, it's time to buy a gem. They have everything sentried. You just start getting irritated and spend the gold on it anyway. So I would imagine we're going to see one come out very shortly.
Yeah, that's what we're discussing there. I mean, in a game like this, seems like it'd be very, again, valuable on either side. Smoke gank here from CG, going for a big play, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem like they're going to be able to find anyone with it at this point. So, Witch Doctor just hiding at the top lane. 3 seconds on the TP still. He needs to use that quickly here. He's going to kind of poke out, but uh-oh. That's a Burrow Strike connecting, and now Amy, do they have a stopper after? They do not. The lift was almost there.
Rubik got so close. Just not quite enough.
Perfect timing there for the Witch Doctor. So he gets out. Viper's answer is going to be the Manta style right now. That with the BKB. But yeah, I guess the question is he going to be able to do enough damage with this farm?
Yeah, I mean, Manta breaks track. You can disjoint Stormbolt with it, but it's not going to be like the highest DPS item for him. I don't know. Maybe, I mean, I think a lot of this is on Bloodseeker. If he can rupture Sven before Sven even moves in a fight, back when he's still out of position somewhere, maybe they'll be okay, and they're going to look to go on him here.
There's that rupture going up. He pops the BKB, though the epicenter not going to do anything as a result of it. Now he still has to be careful with the rupture up. Puts the Stormhammer up on the Bloodseeker, though, running in. The Warcry pop. Nyx Assassin with the opening. Ricky's getting low as well. Nobody dead just yet, though. Burrow Strike in onto 2. Bloodseeker keeping his distance. Blood Right is activated. Down goes Fly Solo on that Rubik, and now Viper joins the party pretty damn late, but he gets here. And Nyx is going to be in trouble because of it. He pops the Spiked Carapace, goes for the Blink. He has a Yulz as well, remember. We have to use it right here, yep, to dodge the Blood Right. And they don't know that he's here, actually. Ricky's kind of hunting, but they're actually going to all TP elsewhere, and Nyx will survive. So after all of that, Rubik is the only death there.
That was just a weird fight. They threw everything on the Sven. BKB negated 90% of it. And then off the Puck Coil, yeah, as you said, they got the Rubik. And then once Armel showed up, everyone ran away.
We're going to see how tanky
Sven's
he is.
in the trees. Sven's stuck.
Oh, no. Awkward. Armel pops the BKB. He's on the run now. Viper Strike going to be used as well, trying to keep them slowed down enough. The Impale connects. Is it enough? The Shoryuken? Yes, it is. The Illusory Orb will finish the job. They do pick up Witch Doctor in return, but Viper going down. They'll take that trade. We're not over just yet, though. Ori, Blood Right. He's going to be lifted up, thrown back down. He's going to be silenced up as a result of this. In jump Sven. Stormhammer on cooldown, though. Smoke Cloud goes down as well. Not going to really keep them in place. So, in fact, Ori's going balls deep right here. He pops a Dream Coil, catches the Bloodseeker, and Bloodseeker's going to be dead for 49 seconds. Buyback is ready, though. Will that come into play? They also pick off Rubik in the backlands once again, and now they're going for the tower. Although, does that backdoor protection? Not anymore.
Man, just awkwardness in every one of these fights. Sven blinking into trees there. Couldn't do anything. Just these back and forths that are... they would probably be going Clutch's favor if this game was closer. If this was even close to an even game, these fights are way too close. But without any items on the side of Clutch, they're just coming up short on the damage department, not able to finish anybody off. And thus the lead expands.
I mean, look at Bounty's farm himself. He actually does have a gem now. Oh, he put it on the carry. Oh, was that the... No, Amy did purchase that gem.
Amy
okay.
bought. They probably want to put it on Puck, though.
Yeah.
Just a little more of an elusive hero.
Safer there. Yeah, this track, though, it's just done plenty. I mean, when a Bounty Hunter team is up 16,000 gold at 26 minutes, you really think that he's going to be the big factor of it. That's why they are so far ahead.
Yeah, and when you're this rich as the Bounty, when you're connecting with all these track ganks, you got to decide what items are going to be the most important for you in the game. So he opted for the Guardian Greaves that'll help purge some of the Viper stuff, purge the Bloodseeker Silence. He has a medallion queued up next, which is a fine item. It's going to help make the Sven do a lot more damage. But I'd almost like to see a Force Staff out of him, maybe, just to push him on a Smoke Cloud. Or push a teammate, like get Sven or Puck out of a Storm Cloud. They don't have a single Force Staff yet on this team.
Okay, this time they're going to make him pay at least, or try to. Yeah, they should be able to.
Well, they though. The dust got purged. If he can live another 8 seconds.
No, don't tell me he's actually alive. Yeah, he is going to be found. And there you go. You know, I was hoping Clutch got that. That's got to be so. Oh, they're going to smoke right into them. No, never mind. It was broken immediately. And they realize that there's somebody there, so they go another direction. And now they're going to avoid a fight altogether. But that's Bounty or Courier kill number 5, I want to say, even despite that death.
Yeah, something like that. He's just been on point. If he's not busy tracking people, he's killing couriers. And that's a lot of gold. You're talking like 4,000 gold with that many courier kills.
Rubik gets jumped. Dream Call hits 2. Viper included. In jumps Yang. The Death Ward is down, but now Witch Doctor gets stunned out immediately. He goes down, so an eye for an eye right there. Support for support. BKB popped by Viper, though. They may reset after this. BG thinking about it.
This is creative out of Sven.
The Lincolns?
Okay. Yeah, the Lincolns. So Lincoln's in and of itself not very good this game. Blink Strike cancels it, Lift cancels it. There's just a lot of ways you can just break it and then do what you want to do. But if you BKB's first, the only things that go through it are Viper Strike and Rupture. Both insanely good things to not get hit by. So if you just BKB's first and then blinks into a fight, that Lincoln's is going to pay off huge. There's really no way to control him at that point.
So he'll have to be, or they'll have to really be looking out for that, try to get him before the BKB's up, but once it is, they just have to run and try to really kite. Despite not being able to use those tools, he has a 9-second BKB still good to go, and they're also going Roshan on top of that. Probably going to be the Aegis for Sven now. So, worst case, again, if he dies, he's coming right back up here.
Giving it to Sven does give you a little bit better siege potential. You can just throw a non-God Strength Sven on the high ground, and, or, I mean, I guess there's still 2 tier 2s up to take. But you can use him to hit buildings without God Strength. Otherwise, late into the game, I'd like to see it on Puck.
Oh my god, that was the dust both barely missed, and then on top of that, the Impale still almost hit, despite them not even dusting him in the first place. The Ricky that is at the top lane, but he actually does get out in time. Oh, very close to a kill, though.
This poor Ricky. He just needs one last hit on a hero. He's hurting.
Yeah.
Not having defusal 30 minutes into this game just feels so terrible. And they need the defusal pretty badly, just to purge off the Warcry so that the cores can do some real damage.
Any gem on their side? Nope. Only on Bounty Hunter still. They're pinging each other out. Nyx leading the way. They don't have any vision, obviously. He's going to open on a Bloodseeker, actually. Out comes a Veil, and watch him drop. Stormhammer on top of that. Evasion a little bit kicks in, but not enough. He does go down. Fly Solo also picked off the Dream Call. Caught him right there. Ricky going to be thrown in the air. He'll Scepter, but allows time to pop the tricks of the train. Only to lead to his death.
Man. Track kills, track kills, track kills.
Keep them coming.
20,000 now.
2,000 gold. Change for Vici Gaming right there. And they're going further for the Tier 2 tower. Now you mentioned one of 2 more that are remaining up before they can start sieging the base, going for Tier 3, but they're still at Aegis for a bit longer. Chrysalis is just sitting in the backpack currently for Sven, by the way. I guess, I mean, I guess it makes sense. Like,
he could potentially slot it in the BKB slot, and then when the Aegis goes down, put the BKB in the Aegis slot for when he reses.
Yeah.
But
then the
this
timer
does give him
goes
a little more flexibility.
The timer is also going to take a lot longer on the BKB though, with the cooldown. So.
Yeah, it's like 3 or 4 seconds basically. Oh, you mean for the actual cooldown?
No, for the cooldown to reset. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it'd be a little risky to do that maybe, but yeah. So this way, he'll just put it in once he comes back up after the Aegis.
Yeah, with this Aegis, they're more than likely just looking to sweep the last of the outer Tier 2s, get the Daedalus up on Sven, and then you can look to take high ground, whether that's at the next Roshan or from a smoke gank. I don't think they're probably looking to go high ground here.
Now, Butterfly does seem like an item that's going to be very, very useful this game for Viper, but it still goes back to it's just all about a lot of single target now. They are just going to blow him up, though. No vision kicking in at that point. Epicenter goes up, but again, the BKB and the Lotus Orb up on his Sven. There's a buyback coming out from Viper. Can he get here in time, though? Bloodseeker staying alive at the time being. Not for long, though. Casca's bouncing around. The BKB popped on Armel, but he really can't stand against the Sven, in his face at least. He can't kite him, though, and he's going to do that right here. That's something I reflected. Despite Carapace stun also on a Rubik right there, and also takes him out with the Stormhammer. And he's going to be staying down on Rubik at least for 45 more seconds. Cask will delay them again. A Tier 2 tower is still up, so they don't want to go too deep with that. And they will go for the tier 2. He does put the BKB in the backpack, as you're talking about now, with the Chrysalis on him. So
It's just a little more balanced here because you're planning on throwing the Aegis away without using BKB or God Strength when it comes back up. You'd rather just feed his life away if you have to, and then on the Resurrect you fight.
look at this. Sven is literally just out tanking this Viper here. He's right clicks. Okay, now he's actually starting to get low, but I feel like he almost just wants to die. Yeah, he's screw it. I got the Aegis. Still that BKB in there now. It's not up cooldown yet, though. It still has about 30 more seconds, but he's able to get the blink off. The Burrow Strike connects on a Bounty Hunter, but this is going to be a reset now for Vici, if anything. Track supply, that Shuriken bouncing around. You see the back lines. Sand King's in trouble. Amy being run down, but Armel needs to be careful about getting tunnel vision right here. Now he puts a slow on his Sven. Sven, the BKB up in 14 seconds. So again, still on cooldown. And now Sven is dropping in a little bit of trouble. He would be staying at this time, but no, not for long. The Stormhammer gets off, and Viper, it's a matter of time before he caught up to him with his teammates coming in. And that he does. And that's a dieback on Viper, by the way. 85 seconds.
Looking more than likely the beginning of the end here. 30,000 net worth difference. And honestly, Clutch isn't taking these fights that poorly. It's just the massive item differential that's coming back to bite them. I see the glimmers of, you know, their former selves of all those qualifications that they won. But the laning stages have looked so rough for them in this tournament.
Yeah, it's been a struggle for them. Again, they managed to win over LFY to begin today, but this is going to drop into 1-5 now, and they have been a team that clearly has been having some troubles here in this event. But good news is, worst case, they still move on to the playoffs and a best of 3 in there. Who knows what can happen, at least in, I assume it's best of 3 in all the rounds. I'm actually not 100% sure on that. But point is, they'll have to make progress there, but they will be advancing on no matter what. So, yeah, they got that to look forward to.
Lower bracket will be best of 3 as well. So, yep, we'll have double win. And VG's just done with this game. They're just staying in the base. They took all the melee racks. Now they're going back sweeping the ranged racks. And their CG does tap out.
They reflected the rupture there at the end, too, with the Lotus Orb. That was fun. Yep, GG's are called. DC's happening. That's going to do it. So Clutch Gamers has one more game to play. In fact, both these teams now have one more game to play. So Clutch at 1-5. Vici, though, will be at 3-3 now. We talked about how important that was for them, because now they're on the verge. 4-3, it's not guaranteed, but there's a good chance that could move you to the winner's portion. And their last opponent is going to be against Newbie in a couple of rounds here later on today. So we'll get to see that one there.
That'll be definitely one of the games I'm most curious to see. Newbie came out super strong in this tournament and then just have lost and lost.
Yep. Yeah, they are 1-3 currently. You're right. And they're actually playing EG right now, I believe. Or are they still playing? That might have been earlier, actually. Oh no, they did beat EG. They beat.
Yeah,
that was the AA game. That's right. EG with
it's
Sunil.
OG LFY now on the other stream, I believe.
Progress being made once again. So it's Vici Gaming again. They still have hope to get to the winners. Clutch Gamer is going to be playing for pride of sorts in the end, and their final match will be against OG again later on today as well. So that'll be fun to see how that plays out. But that means this game coming to an end, and a new one is upon us here. Let me double check again which one we're casting now. Looks like, okay, according to what I see here, Newbie versus LGD will be our next matchup. That's going to be happening, so we'll plan to jump into that one next. Hopefully not too long of a break. We've had a couple of longer breaks here with some technical issues happening. I said this last one was even TeamSpeak. It was the case there, but hopefully this one can start a little bit quicker. Keep things moving. But we'll keep you updated at the very least, guys. Again, I'm Breaky CBK, joined by Z-Rock here. You're tuning into the MDL 2017 round-robin action. We have Newbie versus LGD going to be coming up next. Stay tuned. We'll be right back.